Alright guys, this is the test fit. As you can see, the length is good and the width is good. Alright, it comes up because the molding is going to come up over this and you won't even see this. The only thing you're going to be seeing is a little reveal once everything's done. So right now, this is kind of rough looking, and actually the gap between the bottom and here is not that bad. So all I'm going to have to do now, once I get this cleaned up, is come up with some shims underneath here to lift it up, to give it a nice tighter fit to this reveal here, or to this little edge right here. And that's going to be done for the bottom one. Alright, so let's clean this up and I'll show you how I able to get this cleaned up to look like this. Alright, again, it's the same 2x3 on this end. So I'll show what I did. Right now that's how it's look, and I brought it down to this. Alright, so let's get to that next step, guys. Alright, and guys, I want to bring about a pointer that I just point out too. Now the measurement I made down here for here is spot on. Now you can assume that this here is the same as the top, but if you assume that, you know the old saying, when you assume, so you should always double check, because right now when I measure out, I got a serious gap, so it's not the same measurement. So I'm gonna have to cut this length or this width a little longer or wider than the bottom. So always check your measurements before you make it cut. Don't assume that bottom will match the top, because most of the time it won't. For whatever reason, it's not. So I'm gonna have to just cut this top piece a little wider than the bottom, which again you won't see it because it's going to be covered by the custom molding. But if you want to be spot on with no gaps, that's what you're gonna have to do. All right guys, I got the top and bottom ripped out. All right, now as I stated before, the top was a little wider than the bottom for whatever reason. So you're gonna have to cut. I had to cut it two different lengths. You may not have that problem, or you may have that problem, but you should check top and bottom before you proceed. And I mark bottom, B for bottom, T for top, so I don't mix up the two pieces. So that's for the top and bottom. The sides is gonna be exactly the same. So if you can do the top and bottom, you can do the sides. It's the same exact methodology on getting it done. So now, as you saw, it's kind of rough looking now, so let's clean this up. Now you can just get some sandpaper or orbital sandpaper and just sand it down to get that finished look, but again, this is boys and their toys, and I found the reason to pick up a certain piece of tool to help me get it to help me along with that process. So let me show you what I'm doing. Alright guys, this is my other toy. Alright, a planer. Alright, pick this up. It's Porter cable. I believe the model number should be right up here someplace. There he goes, the PC305TP. Alright, that's the specs on it. So I picked this up just because I wanted to do custom molding in my house. So it gave me a reason to pick it up. Picked up at Lowe's. I was able to generate a business account and get a discount on it. So again, it's good for the DIY do-it-selfers. It's been serving my needs. I really no complaints about it. I think only really one complaint I have about it is that I'm unable to hook up my shop vac to it to suck out to get all the wood chips as it comes off. I'm sure there's an adapter that you can buy to use on this particular item, but I kind of wish they would have included it with the planer. But other than that, it's serving my purpose. So it's helping me get my finishes done. So what I'm gonna do now is gonna take some of this rough stuff off the 2x3s. All right, take a little bit off of here, and I'm only doing two sides that's going to show. The top part, which is going to show, and that's going to be painted over, and this side that's only going to show maybe a 1/8 reveal. So it doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want to put the effort in just making sure that it's clean, so when the paint goes on, it's a nice clean finish. So that's the trick about it. All right, so let's rip this down a bit. Now, as you can see, when I did take my measurement, I went exact. If you want to, it's going to take a little bit off, which is not a big deal, because I can always, again, it's only showing part of it, where the gaps are, and I'm going to finish that off with a little bit of cork or something to give it that finished look. So it's going to take a little bit off. If you want to be exact, you can over measure it, say 1/8 of an inch, and then bring it down to that final cut. But in my case, it's not a really big deal. All right, so let me clean this off and show you the finishing, how I'm completing this step. And again, this is the same for all 4 sides. This, I'm just happening to do the top and bottom first, and then I'm gonna do the sides the same exact way. So let's continue on. Okay guys, as you can see, I ended up planing it down. Now the object of the plane is just to get most of the stuff off, so sanding is not that big deal. Alright, so as you can see, this side is not done and this side is not done, because this is you're not going to see this. It's going against inside the wall. This part you will see, so you'll probably see this reveal right here will be exposed, and this part will be exposed. So when I'm sanding, I'm gonna sand this here with some I think 50 or 100 sandpaper to get this nice and smooth again, and this nice and smooth. Now I do the same for this here and this side also. Again, it's going to be primed and painted, so I just want to give it a nice smooth surface so the paint will adhere to it and it'll be nice and clean. You don't have to worry about painting or sanding this side or this opposite side, because you're not going to see that. That's going against the house or inside the wall. All right, so that's my thought process on doing this project. So let me continue. Again, this is for the top and the bottom. The sides is going to be exactly the same method. All right, so let me get this started sanding. I'm using a simple palm sander to sand this down, and to get it finished and get it ready to get it installed. So let me continue on. Alright guys, as you can see now, I got it all sanded down. Alright, I end up hitting this with 100 grit, 150, and I think a 300 just to get it smooth, or maybe just 100 and 150. Alright, because again, this is inside the windowsill, and you can only see a little bit of the finishing, because it's going to be painted over. So I'm happy how it came out. And remember, I have 2 different sizes. One is thicker than the other, so make sure whenever you do yours and there's different sizes, make sure you properly mark it. So I'm happy how this turned out. I'm gonna take it upstairs and get the fit in and move on to the next thing. So if you guys are enjoying this project and enjoying this video, please hit me off, subscribe to the channel, and let's take it to the next level. Alright, let's go. Alright guys, here's the install, the bottom plate. Taking it off, I took off almost like an 1/8 of an inch using the planer. So you're gonna have to, well, at least in my case, I'm gonna have to wedge it up, which is no big deal. Alright, that's the purpose of me cleaning it off. So as you see, I made some spacers, have some scrap wood. I gotta cut this part off, and what it does, it just brings it closer to that edge right here, so I get a nice clean edge. Right there. Alright, nice clean edge. So that's the bottom, and I'm going to install the top, and when I'm done, it's going to look just like this. Top, bottom, top, I should say, See the space with the sides. It's the same premise. All right, so that's what I'm gonna do. That's how you start, I guess, part one of this custom molding. All right, you have to fill in the gaps. All right, so in my case, I had a big gap. I decided to use 2x3s to fill up that gap. There's insulation behind here. I'll probably come out with a little bit more insulation between these gaps before I seal it up, and it'll be a nice tight seal. All right, so no air getting in behind here whatsoever. If you saw my video log, home improvement, you see how they prepared the windows, how they put the vapor barrier and everything outside. So I'm rest assured that nothing's going to get through this window, this Andersen windows, and I'm very happy with it. So this is the process that I'm using. This is part one of how to do custom moldings using 2x3s and 2x4s to give a custom look. So stand by for part two of this video series, and I'll see you guys in the next one.